Hello, welcome to my website. So if you're here, you're probably interested in who I am and what I provide, which is awesome because, it's good to do your research. As you know, I have my computer right here to help me. I have a very wordy version, and I have a very short version in a box that gives you all the basics like my size, weight, hair color. But I thought it might be prudent to also add a video for people who don't have time or energy to read through all the words, especially if it looks daunting or intimidating. So, here I am. So I'm going to tell you about me, and I'm going to tell you about the services I offer in a polite way. And after this, if you're still interested, I highly recommend you go through the whole website, but then go through the screening. So I'm going to touch on some of the other stuff on the website that'll help you too. And it'll help you with any lady, by the way, any lady you're interested in seeing. So, first and foremost, if I was to describe the kind of person I am, I'm not much of a brand lady. Not that there's anything wrong with brand ladies. I don't wear a mask, I'm always me. This has some amazing benefits. It also has some negatives, because I'm very vocal. I've been described as sexually aggressive. I know what I want, I come in and I'm willing to take it. Sometimes I can lean towards dominant, and sometimes I can lean more towards catering. I'm absolutely never submissive. Ever. Period. Efforts to try will immediately terminate the engagement. So let's have a peek over here and see what I wrote. Oh, I'm very poetic, aren't I? Ultimately, when I'm out with you, you're my boyfriend. Doesn't matter if we stay in the room or we go out. You're my boyfriend. You're the only person I'm going to see. It doesn't matter where we go. It doesn't matter who hits on me. You're the person I'm looking at right now. And you're the person until the end of our date. I try to emulate, if you've seen Firefly, I try to emulate Inara. I found Inara to be the most beautiful and captivating of all examples of what you should be. You could say I have a little bit of Audrey Hepburn and just a touch of Marilyn Monroe. Very sexually oriented, but absolutely enamored with all things culture and different places. I'd love to travel someday, specifically to the Asian countries, Korea, Japan, China. I think that would be amazing. I've done very little traveling in my life, mostly in the US, but I did get to go to Cancun once. I want you, so why am I a provider? I'm a provider because you're filling certain needs for me. One of which is I absolutely am enamored with the concept of a reverse harem. Completely enamored with it. I love the lack of monogamy. I love my variety. Each gentleman provides something amazing that's unique to them for me. And in return, I'm willing to bend backwards to make sure all of your needs are fulfilled. I tend to focus on clients that have other needs beyond the bedroom. That doesn't mean bedroom doesn't happen. I'm just saying my focus is helping you with yourself, self-growth. What is it you want? Where do you want to go? Do you want to learn how to pleasure a woman? Do you want to learn how to seduce one? Do you just need a little relaxation where it's not constant nagging and stress? I want us to create a fantasy. So I'm going to read over here. See, I almost touched that. I almost touched screen over here. I keep forgetting. Okay. So body types, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. You can still look at the box. You can actually see it. I'm not sure how far I can go. My tree's right here. But this is my body type. I am by no means skinny, though the robe makes me look a little bit bigger than I am. I'm a size 14 currently. A 30, no, I think I moved up to 40 recently. A 40 triple D or E. And I think my waist is, I was slipping there, wasn't it? I think my waist is somewhere around a 30, 32, somewhere there, give or take. And I can tell you where my butt is. That thing is expanding at its own ratio. So it seems sizable to me. Pictures will show you. I post constantly pictures, especially on Twitter, that are selfies and no editing. I try to get all angles so that you get to see all angles, so you know what you're getting. Anyway, so I'm about a size 14 currently. I'm trying to work that back down to 10, but I like food. I would describe my body as soft and curvy, as opposed to, say, fit and athletic. Definitely not a spinner. How do I move this so that you can... Ashley, don't ruin my thing. Get down. This is going to be the funniest introduction. It's not very unprofessional, isn't it? Get down, Ashley. Thank you. Goodness. Let's see, how do I get to the next part? Ah, there we go. Okay, I'm 36 years old. I know my face doesn't look like it sometimes. This is a no makeup. I think I've got a little bit of lip gloss. You have to look for the pictures of me wearing makeup. I don't normally wear makeup for these things. I like makeup, I love it, but I also am very picky about where and I wear it, so I'm always manicured. Toes too. Obviously, ginger hair, red, manicured, birthday November 10th, you just missed it. And no tattoos, none at all. I do have scars though. This bothers some people. See if you can find it. Let's see if I can find it. There's one. See you? There was another with a bottle of wine. This is a funny story. Remind me to tell you sometime. Right there. I've got one on my lip and one on my cheek. So, I do smoke a vaporizer, and as long as I can get my nicotine, I tend to be more relaxed and a little less clock watching. So I strongly encourage you to encourage me to use my vaporizer. Let's see. My dress style. My dress style tends to be business, classy, elegant, dressy, and sundress. I'm not very big on slutty clothing. No, let me rephrase. I'm not big on it on me. I love to see it on other women. I am genuinely bi, so I love women just as much as I love men. Personality type, you should be able to see it in this video. I can be flirty, seductive, soft, gentle, nurturing, intellectual, passionate. I'm an INTJ if you take the Myers-Briggs. Though, just to be fair, if you read anything, the Myers-Briggs isn't considered a good standard anymore. No longer. I can be occasionally dominant. I need to know in advance, and there has to be a talk. But I do have the occasional dame role, but it's mostly mommy dom. I am interested in findom though. I would have to do a lot of research on how it works. Very educated, very intelligent. I have a huge library. And moving on to the next box. Ashley! It's my cat Ashley. I have 2 cats. There you go. There's more about me. My favorite wine is Enniskillen. The Cabernet Franc. It's a red wine. It is a dessert red wine, and it's to die for. Calla lilies and blue roses. My favorite color is blue, but sometimes pink. But pink just doesn't look good on me. I wish it did. Total foodie. So if you're like, oh, would you like to go out to eat? What do you like? Everything. Can't you tell? I love everything. If you want to know about my favorite stores or shopping things, there's a whole page that I organized amazingly into categories. Not because I'm greedy, though I fully admit human beings are greedy, and I do want those things. But I also believe that it's perfectly fine to want and not get. And it doesn't impact whether or not I like somebody. Favorite restaurant here is 801 Chop House. My likes. I like intelligence, creativity, kindness, generosity. Doesn't have to be to me. Generosity to charities will also make me very happy. Learning new things, being treated like a goddess. There's that little dominant thing coming through. Or empress. I love being called empress. Interesting people. I love interesting people with interesting lives. I just want to dig all in that like a book. My hobbies are reading, obviously, writing, painting, Korean dramas, sci-fi, psychology, quantum physics, science, and linguistics. Right now I'm focused on the linguistics. I was obsessed with quantum physics for a while, but I moved on. What do I dislike? I can't stand dominant men. No. If you're dominant and can turn it off, that's okay. But if you come in and you need to dominate me, that's definitely not okay. I don't like it. Sorry, I don't like crude or rude, being treated like an object, and I hate extremes and absolutes with a passion. So, to tie up this page and this video for this page, because this went longer than I thought it would. Ow, stop it, Ashley. Ow! The kind of gentleman I'm looking for is, if you're struggling with self-identity, you are stuck in the monotony and monogamy of everyday life. It just pulls you down into this miserable state. If you're stressed, if you're somebody who needs to abandon the social constructs that limit everything in your life, you just want to be free of all those judgments and do what you want to do. Social awkwardness, I'm very good with helping people through social awkwardness. Relationship boredom, I'm very good at helping to help you work through your relationship boredom, helping you introduce various things such as communication and ways to, get the wife's attention in a good way. What I look for in a client is obviously all above, and variety. I like variety. I'm not just screening you for whether or not you're a bad guy. I want to enjoy your presence as much as you want to enjoy mine. So I only select clients I'm positive is actually Renee. Please get down. Thank you. I only accept clients that I think I'm going to enjoy them and they're going to enjoy me. I would much rather you spend your money elsewhere if it's not going to be enjoyable for us both. I like connections. I like to connect to you. I favor arrangements above all else. However, they're not mandatory. I also obviously see gentlemen more on a, free-floating type of a thing. Generosity, I look for that in a client. You hear this often, but the generosity I'm looking for is if I'm out with you and you stop at the Salvation Army and donate, that's the kind of generosity. You stop and you talk to the homeless person and you buy them a sandwich. You donate to St. Jude's. You volunteer at soup kitchens. These things all are so sexy, you have no idea. It makes me want to just jump on you and rip your clothes off. I look for respectful people that treat me like a human being or goddess. You can treat me like a deity, or you can treat me like a human being, and then we can work from there. Treating me like I'm a really nice pair of Gucci shoes, that can work for me. I also like kind, intelligent. I love sci-fi fiction lovers, and people who genuinely enjoy conversation and the prolonged experience. If your goal is to come in and just be like, that's not going to work for me. I want to enjoy every interview. I want to soothe your soul. So, anyway, I think I covered this. I could read the whole thing to you if you like, but basically if I was to describe myself as a provider, as a courtesan, I would use the word courtesan. I'm kind, I'm gentle, I'm nurturing. My goal is to make sure that every interview, when you leave me, is soothed and ready to face the world. That's the kind of provider I am. So, now you know me. And you know I have a cat. I also paint. The paintings are back there. And I read obsessively. So, there you go. You know me now. Bye.